with it completely blacked out with a spotlight, the old school Undertaker music. Came in, walked in, he stood in, then he did his arms up, turned the lights on, and then
Dude, it was so solid. Like, if he would have asked me, I would have been his pallbearer. I would have just been pallbearer, just walking like this, straight behind him. For sure. What's up, everybody? Alex here, one of the hosts of Jiu-Jitsu Radio. And before we get the party started, just want to say a big thank you from both Shawn and I for all of you who support the podcast, everyone that reaches out to us and lets us know how much you enjoy the podcast. We truthfully appreciate it. It means a lot to us, knowing that you're having as much fun as we are. If you want to support the podcast, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. That way, you subscribe to the podcast. If you want to share it with everybody else, we totally appreciate it. And if you want to get notifications, hit that notification bell and you'll get a little alert telling you every time we drop a new episode or we go live. We're planning to do a lot of fight companions with jiu-jitsu tournaments and then some. And then you can also join in on the live gaming stream with us every time that we do it. So keep an eye out for that. Also, please go check out our sponsors. Give them some support. Check out Choke Aloha, Giraffe Choke, Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co. You can get promo codes all the way down at the bottom. It just supports them, and you get hooked up with a discount. We don't make any money off of it. They just support us, so I think you guys will dig them. With that being said, don't forget to follow Shawn, even though he's not here and I'm pointing to his chair. Check him out on social media. Follow me on social media. Follow the podcast. Check out jiu-jitsuradio.com. With all that being said, today's guest is a good friend of ours. Glad to have him back on the podcast. Owner of Third Coast Grappling himself, Ryan.
You can't
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
Get stealing, woo, wheeling, dealing, limousine right, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
Put that shit away.
Yeah, there's tons of fun over here. I had to eat. All right. Come on, show me. We're recording. All right, we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, no need for introduction. You know him. You've seen his face. Mr. Ryan. Yeah, you're on.
You or me?
No, I'm talking about you.
Face?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, you're good, dude. For the head honcho at Third Coast Grappling himself, back on the map here, finally joining us. What's up, buddy? All the way from Texas.
Man, I'm down here in the Wild West. It's like the jiu-jitsu mecca is now in Texas. You know, if we build it, they will come. But we didn't believe it would be the coronavirus causing a mass migration to Texas.
Like, you're not fucking joking too. You guys are like somehow pulling off close to fighting Florida on the craziness, and then also taking over like jiu-jitsu now just because everything that's going on. Which is I'm kind of surprised because we had the UFC fights first, but now everybody's flocking over to Texas.
Yeah, it's like Joe Rogan even said he wants to move to Texas. I mean, he's like,
I think that's a done deal.
That's a lock.
That's a done deal. He's not wanting to.
He's got a place in Austin.
Good for him.
Yeah, and then Joey Diaz is going there too. I think everybody's going. So you're gonna have a couple of big names coming by in the next couple of events, evidently.
Yeah, Kyle Bam is that's where he's based out of now, is Austin. So he's the head instructor over at 10th Planet ATX. So maybe they all set up shop down there.
Is he handing out like free shrooms for everybody, or what's going on?
Probably. I thought that was a trip, man. Like microdosing before a jiu-jitsu match.
I don't even know if that was microdosing. That man legit was hitting like 2.5 grams there.
Was that real though? Was that really a shroom?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
that was a real shroom.
100%.
That's one of those things that's kind of hard to fake. It's not like he took some portobellos before.
Well, it could have been a lion's mane.
No, it was a lion mane's completely different. Not that I'm aware of what shrooms and mushrooms look like. Just saying.
Man, my wife, she's finishing up her kind of like psychology, her degree right now, and she's always been on me, because I have a history of like depression and stuff, PTSD, and she was always like, you got to try these mushrooms, and I'm like, man, I took mushrooms. I used to eat them off cow shit when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like as an adult, I was like, man, I got too much baggage to be taking those psychedelics and all this stuff, so I was scared of them, But finally, she broke me down, and I started. It's like a process. I don't really put this out there, but I mean, we're all friends here. But like after every event, I will go take a bunch of mushrooms, and I'll rewatch the event on mushrooms to get that perspective shift. And it's really gnarly. Like, I'm able to watch it as if like I can put myself in other people's shoes. It's all trippy, it's crazy, but I that's something I do every event is I rewatch them on shrooms. As long as they're not back to back to back, but usually like major events, that's something that I've done, and it's honestly it's given me a great perspective on the on things, you know, with regards to that, and also it's helped with the depression and stuff, like being able to get away from like pharmaceutical drugs and just, you know, rely on the plant and the ground. I mean, it's way better.
So what's been your biggest takeaway from a shroom recap?
Besides the black light on the mat and the and the black
between the matches.
That's like a setup. Like, oh, I'm gonna love this later. Fuck everybody else.
Nah, it's honestly one of the coolest things was I remember watching it, and there was a call that was kind of controversial at 3CG2, and like it got everybody all hyped up, everybody was all mad and everything. And I remember rewatching it, and like I was legit hurt. I was like, man, we got it so wrong. Why the fuck? Like, I was so upset because we got it wrong. So like I'm sitting there like low key buzzing on shrooms, like, hey man, I'm so sorry about that call. Let's get a match together. Let's run it back. Like, I'm trying to save the world while I'm over here watching the event, because like I felt it like emotionally.
Yeah, you had a Drake moment. You were all in your feelings.
I was. I mean,
that's cool though, man.
So were you like texting the competitors like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry?
It wasn't like a weird creepy thing. Like, they didn't know I was on mushrooms. They do now.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, look, you know, I'm so sorry about the call. You know, I do see where you're coming from. That was scoring. You should have been over in overtime. We'll run it back. Let's, you know, and that's just how I am. Like, if something goes wrong, you know, I mean, it's not only just when I'm on shrooms, but if something fucks up, I want to make it right.
Right. So speaking of controversy, you had quite a situation on your hands at the last event.
Yeah, the MMA guys are a little feisty right now. So like my thing lately has been going and getting the out of work MMA guys and throwing them on the jiu-jitsu mats, because it's so fun, dude. Like, they're so scrambly, they're hard to submit. You know, they've got that dog in them. And then I'll throw them in there against like a college level wrestler or like just a really good jiu-jitsu guy, and just those fun clashes of styles, man. I mean, you got the gritty toughness and the, you know, the scrambliness of the MMA guy and kind of the generalist in jiu-jitsu against kind of like the specialist, and get to see the athleticism and just kind of the different, you know, intangibles play out between, you know, somebody that just primarily trains jiu-jitsu and somebody that also does MMA and mixes different arts. So it's pretty cool.
You know what's funny is, and I messaged you after the event, like, what the fuck happened? But it's funny because I've watched so many events between MMA fights and jiu-jitsu matches and everything else under the sun as far as like fights and stuff are concerned, where I could already tell, where I already felt the vibe, like, oh, something's about to happen. And I was sitting there literally like recording the screen while I was watching it right before everything started. So as soon as it happened, I was like, oh, there we go. We got to post it.
Bro, one of our competitors, her mom, she like got the whole video. That's the one I posted on my Facebook. Yeah. And then I just started thinking about it. I was like, man, I wanted to put it out there so everybody could see it for themselves. So there's no, oh, he did this, oh, he did that. I was like, let public opinion weigh out. Yeah. I know y'all both had wrong on both sides. Like, you're lucky I didn't, you know, we didn't, you know, suspend the coaches as well for stepping on the mats. And, you know, so it was a tough situation with nothing we've ever dealt with before, but it was like, it got out of control quick. So that's why I ran in there and started slinging bodies and kicking people out, getting people back in their seats. I was like, I'm halfway through this damn show. This isn't over yet. Get back to your seats.
Yeah, because I mean, considering the degree of like nuttiness that happened, like you managed to calm it down pretty quick. I mean, if we go back to like the Herbert Santos situation like last year, that was it. That was the end of the event. Like, there's nothing else going on. Cut the video. We're gone. Like, you managed to sit there, calm everybody down, within 5 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty quick. We were able to get control of it.
Yeah, so, like, that was pretty crazy, man. I mean, like, all credit due, that was a legit, solid Muay Thai kick that came back in response.
Yeah, but thinking back, though, is that really the right call? Why don't you, if you would have let him duked it out, think about the...
No, the viral moment would have been great.
Of course it's not the smart thing to do. I'm just saying... no such thing as bad publicity, and a full-on street fight happening.
Why are you getting me in trouble? I agree with you 100%. That made me agree with you. Like part of me liked it. I fucking loved it. The promoter in me, like, look, a little fighting's okay. Like if people like babies and like women and kids are getting punched in the face, like that's a crossing line. But as a promoter, I can't say I didn't like it a little bit. So
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What was it? Was it South Park? Where it was like all of a sudden like the kids start beating up on like some bully or something like that, and they're like holding back, like just let him take care of it, let him take care of it. And then as soon as like he's done getting his ass beat, he's like, all right, you two, let's just. I was Venture Brothers. That's what it was.
Oh,
like,
yeah. But I come from a professional wrestling background. That's the world I come from.
That's how you still fight.
So I see that stuff, and I don't look at it, and I go, that's the kind of controversy sells, dude.
For sure.
Controversy creates cash. I think that was,
and like that. I take a lot of like cues from pro wrestling. I mean, if you haven't watched it, we did a legit Royal Rumble with 9 kids, and they came out to all vintage WWE songs.
You didn't watch that part, didn't you?
No, well, I don't watch
that was the same night as the fights. That's why.
I was doing commentating for. I do commentating for an MMA company down here. So it was the same day as the show, so I didn't get to watch.
Bro, I'll send you a clip of it just so you can check it out. So it's there was some like lag and glitching issues. It was kind of like a server thing on Flow's side, which ended up we got called out for. Oh, you shitty stream. I'm like, dude, bro,
that's how
we know this wasn't us. Like we know this isn't us. So
yeah.
I might have been competing against you because we were on Flow too.
So it's Shawn's fault.
It was my fault.
Out Shawn's the reason.
Actually, you took all my bandwidth. Thanks, asshole.
Way to go, buddy. Actually, you know what? I meant to ask you that because I didn't get to really figure out the rule setup that you had for that one. So for people that haven't watched it, go and watch the kids' Royal Rumble because it was an amazing setup. One kid came out with like a Terminator head on, right?
No, dude, we coordinated it and everything. Like with my production team, I had the whole thing, that skit. Like I talked to the kids. I was like, when you see the lights go down and you hear the Undertaker music come on, just play like you're playing freeze tag and just freeze. And the refs stopped all the action. And so the kid did the slow walk with it completely blacked out with a spotlight. The old school Undertaker music came in, walked in, he stood in. Then he did his arms up, turned the lights on. And then
dude, it was so solid. Like, if he would have asked me, I would have been his pallbearer. I would have just been pallbearer, just walking like it's a strip behind him.
Oh, man. But the kid, as soon as he let the lights up, was like, all right, get in there, kick his ass. And, like, he just runs and does, like, a flying, like, rear naked. It was very dangerous. I'll be honest with you. Like, it was not the most responsible thing we've ever done in our lives. But the kids
do it again.
I'm going to do it again. The kids loved it. The parents loved it. But it's definitely going to be something for the kids. I don't know if I can put a bunch of, like, blue belts in there like I was thinking. That, like, I think somebody would probably break their neck. Like,
for
white
sure.
belts, though, totally. Let's sacrifice a couple white belts
for the
to the grappling gods, and it's totally worth it.
I think my professor would disown me if I threw white belts in a Royal Rumble like that. That would be like totally jumping the shark.
I would be all for it. So what was the setup? Because if two kids were going at it, then the third one could sit there and like wait for his turn. Like, what was the exact setup? Because I didn't catch it.
Honestly, it was every kid for itself. Like, as soon as you came on those mats, like, you could jump on whoever, and it was submission only, last kid standing. I mean,
all right, so
it was like 3-on-1, 2-on-1.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
Yes,
I'm telling you. That's what like literally like as soon as it was done, I text Shawn saying like, dude, you need to watch this. It's insane. I did it with Sai too, with like a couple of our sponsors. I'm like, you need to watch this. It's fucking amazing.
And here's the thing. I think there's a lot of things like I've seen that they've tried to do tag team
jiu-jitsu matches before. Yeah.
There's gotta be a way to bring in some of these gimmicks so it actually works a little bit better.
And you know what? That's kind of like what we're doing with what we've tried to do. Like our tag team matches have been the key to a good tag team match is you don't put a Gordon Ryan and a Craig Jones and the high level guys that have an image withhold and all these different things that they have to work out, looking back, brand awareness. Like you put blue belts in there, you put kids in there, you put purple belts in there, or maybe you put like a co-ed brown belt, blue belt like we did with our first one, and every one of them have been amazing, man. I mean, we have 2 of them coming up next weekend. Yeah. So I mean, they've been like some of the most exciting matches we've had, and I think it's just a matter of picking the right people. Like you can't pick people that are going to go in there. I mean, so it's like I said, blue and purple belts are like are like the best when it comes to that sort of stuff.
I have a problem laughing while I compete. I think I would have an even bigger problem.
Yeah.
Laughing while doing a tag team.
See, like
match.
the difference is though, you get away with laughing because at your size, you could just be like, like, and gore them out of the ring and stuff. Anybody else not your size would be like, oh, okay, like we got a little bit of an issue.
But it's tag team. It's like you gotta laugh. It's like it's fun. I laugh when I'm having fun. I laugh when I'm in danger, and I laugh when I'm having fun. That's just my go-to.
Listen. Oh, by the way, just so you know, in case you need somebody, we got called out. Did you see that?
Who was that?
Somebody called us out that they want to do a 2-on-1 against us. And
what is up with these you guys calling each other out? I started it out with who did I do a podcast with when we were talking? Oh, Kevin Bradley and Kevin Gallagher.
Yeah.
We were talking over at Jiu-Jitsu Times. I did theirs, and I'm like, I am all for a podcaster tag team match. So I was like, get Raf Esparza, or get the guys at Jiu-Jitsu Radio, or get whoever. I was like, and bring it out, and we'll do a battle of the media. We'll see who takes it out.
Listen, same thing. I'll be Paul Bearer. He can be as much of an Undertaker fan as I am. I know Kevin. Kevin is no joke, man. Kevin is legit. So I'm a fan of his anyway.
Game's pretty nasty.
Yeah, it's like I'm a fan of his anyway. I mean, like I consider him a friend, but like I'm a fan of his anyway. So I'm like, I know this is gonna go not my way, but I'm down. Let's do this. We can do it.
It's jiu-jitsu. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I'm all for it. Let's do it.
That's Jay-Z Cavalcante. That's his
like,
mantra.
What's
the worst that's gonna happen? It's jiu-jitsu. You're gonna tap out. Big deal.
Fight anybody. Like when we did a podcast with the Fight to Win guys, and like I was just joking around. I'm like, dude, how cool would that be if he goes, man, even for charity, he goes, I couldn't get up there and just fight you for fun. I'd be wanting to like break your arm staring into your wife's eyes or some shit. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I'd still fight your ass. I don't care how many
I'll still do it.
I don't give a fuck how many judo medals you have. I'd raise a bunch of money for charity, and I'd take my L like a man. That's
for sure. I would do it like if we could definitely add a little bit of like the showmanship to it. Like someone's got to be able to get like one free like rock bottom choke slam. Maybe
you can
like
do that stuff. It's not illegal. So I mean,
yeah,
you get the rock bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Atomic leg drop.
Kata Tatami is the
Katagatami, yeah.
Well, what about like if you do like a jumping guillotine and their head hits the mat? It's kind of like a DDT.
DDT.
It's not on
Did
me.
you ever see that MMA match where it was an MMA fight? A dude literally hit the ropes and hit the people's elbow in an MMA fight. Look it up.
I remember the Walls of Jericho.
I remember that.
Yeah.
No, there's a guy that literally hits the ropes and drops an elbow, a la The Rock, and it's an MMA fight, and it worked, and the crowd went nuts. Obviously,
I mean, I definitely would. But be like, give that man the belt. Forget what he's ranked. Give that man the belt. It's over.
Man, it's all about the show, man. Like, that's kind of what we're trying to do. I mean, I think we probably have this Kumite, and then we're going to do an absolute gi September 12th. And we've already got, like, basically the bracket done. I mean, you got the top big guys in the game and some medium-sized guys, some like the Victor Hugos, Gustavo Batistas. I mean, just everybody wanted to get in on that one. So
yeah,
I think after September, we're going to go back to the big form show on October 24th, the weekend before Halloween. We're supposed to be getting into a new venue, like right in the middle of downtown, open air, big retractable roof.
Yeah, I saw that. So what's up with that?
What's my friend that I've been doing music biz with for nearly 2 decades. I mean, he runs the book for a lot of the big music venues in town, but that's one that he's always ran. So he books the music acts that go through them. They just revamped it during the coronavirus stuff. So like it's completely, they put $1 million retractable roof on it, expanded the capacity, the stage is state of the art sound, everything. So it's gonna be it's definitely gonna be a step up, and it's gonna be overlooking the Houston skyline. So like a grappling event, kind of with that backdrop. It's gonna be pretty cool.
That's gonna be
so
dope.
Has there been any hurdles that you've had to jump through to get the people into the venues?
Honestly, I mean, what we did from the beginning was just, risk mitigation at first. I mean, I was in the beginning like everybody, you know. I went from, oh, this is bullshit, to, okay, this is a problem, to, okay, this is bullshit, okay, this might be a problem again. Yeah. All right, I'm going to settle somewhere in between. But as a business, though, we had to, regardless of my personal feelings, we had to do certain things to try to keep people safe. But in the beginning, masks weren't mandatory. You know, people weren't wanting to come out and keep a mask on all night. So we didn't make them mandatory until Texas did, but we were always doing temperature checks, making people sign our COVID-19 waiver, saying if they got sick, they couldn't sue us, and now it's a mandatory masking. So we provide masks, to everybody coming in if they don't have one. And then unless you have a beverage in your hand, you've got to be wearing a mask. And most people have beverages in their hands. so it's just a matter of.
But you provided the masks, so you're covered. Which they actually came out pretty dope, man. It looks pretty good with the.
I'm wondering
logo.
what'll be cheaper. What would be cheaper to provide masks
or drinks?
The drinks are sponsored. Our good sponsor, Saloon Door Brewing, has been with us since day one, and they usually sponsor about 3 kegs per event, and we just give it away for free for VIP people.
How fast do those go during the event?
Bro, 3 is like perfect. We started off at like 1.5. Now we're floating to 3 kegs. And people, I mean, it's great. I mean, it's top-notch beer. I mean, they're one of the top crafts coming up out of Texas right now. They got distribution. I mean, these guys have been around. I mean, one of their owners is our general counsel. So so it's been it's a good thing for us.
What's it called again?
Saloon Door Brewing.
All right, I might have to check it out.
Yeah, they're good, man. So I mean, just having that as that extra value for our VIP ticket. I mean, you get a seat, you get free beer all night, like. All the bars are closed. Like, this is the best. It's the best show you can go to. Like
you can't. Yeah, definitely can't go wrong. I'm pretty curious because I saw the post that you made with the new venue and stuff. It looks pretty dope. And then now they just announced. Was it yesterday? The day before the IBJJF is coming back, and the first event is in Texas. Is in Austin. Yeah. So man, you already have the crowd set up for everything, and all your events now are just going to be. People are probably going to be knocking down the doors just to try and get in there at least and spectate.
I've had to bring on some more staffers, and we're really like kind of formalizing the structure of an actual business to where I actually have liaison, matchmaker, associate, people underneath me. Like I have a guy that does all our kids and teens stuff, and then I just brought on a guy that's real into the Houston scene, Texas scene, local scene that kind of can help liaison and help matchmake and help cultivate that whole local regional kind of thing, because he's been in the game for a long time. So I needed to bring a couple of people to help buffer the interface with the fighters, and like I said, I can only do so much. And like if I'm getting pinged all the time, get hit, I mean literally I'll wake up every morning and there's like 20 messages of people asking to fight or asking this and asking that, and I'm like,
some of them are mine. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yours were pictures, and I just kind of scrolled and I heart reacted to all of them.
Listen, you're a free subscriber to my OnlyFans.
Now, this OnlyFans thing, like, do you think they have a market for neck beards? Because mine is growing in pretty nice.
For sure. Dude, you're asking the wrong guy. Talk to this man. This man's got his own fan page, and he's had it for years. He was ahead of the curve.
Man, I
have not. It wasn't my fan page. It was a fan page made for me.
Don't lie to the people, because we talked about it. There was that one, but there's another one that's 100% dedicated to you.
Yeah, but I didn't make them.
No, that's what I'm saying. You had
fan pages.
So this is when you know you've made it, when other people create an OnlyFans of you.
Of course, it was a gay bear page. Let's just go ahead and call it what it was. The guy
so you definitely have the bear. You have the bear look down. So
yeah, and he was obsessed with my armpits, which was really weird. There was a bunch of collages of my armpits, and it's not something you would think that I was flattered.
Is that page still up?
What?
Is that page still up?
No, it is not still up. But
the beauty of the internet. Once it's up, it's up.
Can you imagine that though? Like now, just like random chicks that are sitting in the room, instead of going to be strippers, they're just doing like off the wall shit on the internet. Like, hey, for $10,000, I'll shove this cucumber up my butt.
Oh,
like,
dude, that's old. That was big. That was off on with the bodybuilding scene. The bodybuilding scene was huge on that.
But it doesn't stop. I get hit up at least once a month. Dudes wanting to see pictures of my feet.
Bro,
dude, the feet thing is weird. I don't know what people get off on that. Like, I'll rub my girl's feet sometimes, and that's about it. But I'm not sitting there trying to rub them together and get some lotion.
No, they just want pictures of.
But do they offer money?
They've offered, but I'm not gonna crack that door open.
All right, hold on.
As soon as you crack that door open,
can they steal identities via feet pics? You think? maybe there's like metadata in the feet pics, and then they can just basically steal your bank account.
Oh, for sure.
So that's
That
what's
can
really
happen.
happening.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but they'll find out where you took the photo and stalk you. But what's the most you got offered?
I don't know. I didn't ask that when they said that. I said no. I don't want.
10 grand.
Said, I'll pay you.
Someone
I said,
comes
no,
at you.
cool.
Someone comes at you 10 grand, just like they want a photo of your big toe.
Yes,
Yeah, 10 grand for sure.
Of
I would
course,
do it
dude.
immediately.
I'll give you multiple angles. I'll get a fucking. I'll give you whatever you need. A 3D photo. Like, give me 10 grand for a picture of my big toe.
I'll get a 3D printer of my toe.
I'll get one of those like matrix shots going around my foot.
Like slow motion style.
Come on. So okay, so all right, but if someone says to you, Shawn, I'll give you $1,000 and need a photo of your feet.
Yes.
You would do it?
For $1,000.
So then why don't you answer these messages?
Because it's not going to be $1,000. The guy's not going to offer.
As long as I don't have to do anything else, like as long as I don't have to watch him jerk off to him or anything, like I'm good. Like $1,000 feet pic, send me the Cash App, and then let me block you.
Bro, let's go. I got kids that need presents for Christmas.
Imagine you can have like 8 feet pics. Sell 8 feet pics, and you'll have the best Christmas ever.
Well, I mean, come on, let's be honest. They don't even know it's yours. You could sit there and be taking random people's feet and just send it to them.
Man, that's true. Maybe you used to like walk up to random people and say, "Hey, let me get a picture of your feet."
That's even worse. That's even worse. That's even creepier. I think I'm cool not sending pictures of my feet unless I get a cash offer. That's
like what happened to the old-fashioned dick pic? Like what happened to that? Like, hey.
Oh man, those are free. Those are free. That's easy.
The free? So
yeah,
like
man.
they're just giving them away. So the feet pics are where the real gold is.
Yeah, man. Listen, you want a photo of my dick? I'll send it to you right now. I don't care.
All right, well, you got my number, so I'm just...
Yeah, well, and you
make that joke,
and you've already said you heart everything that he sends you. So
yeah. I mean, I'm just sharing love. Like, hey, man, that's nice. It's just a nice dick. Good job.
Stay strong, buddy. Way to make it happen.
Nice angle.
Looking very vascular.
That's a power move. Hashtag blessed. All right, so I know you got you're strapped for time because you kind of came in and you're trying to get everything done for the event coming up. Which, by the way,
cool, August. Man. I'm good for another 30 minutes or so.
So why don't we run down the event and the bracket real quick and just kind of give us the idea of everything that's going on. I know you texted to me. Let me pull it up real quick.
Now, you do know the idea. We were talking about doing a live, like a fight companion.
That would be dope. I would love it.
Where we would basically just comment and do what we got to do.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But I mean, so starting off with this bracket, I mean, there's definitely some guys that are returning. You're going to see like Janatis Gracie. He's competed for us before. Ty Rotolo, Roberto Jimenez, Johnny Tama. I mean, there's some returning guys. I mean, obviously, I like to work with people that act a certain way, that do business a certain way, that fight a certain way. And there's not many it's really hard to find those good action fighters like that also meets, the certain stipulations that we have to follow on our end. So, I mean, right off the bat, I mean, you have some really crazy matches with, I think the one that I'm really looking forward to is the Johnny Tama and Hanato Canuto right off the bat.
Yeah, and that was the one I texted about. Like that's the match right off the bat that you could have that as a finals match and it'd be an exciting one.
Yeah, and then like Ty Rotolo and Oliver Taza, like that's one Taza said he's wanted for a long time, and Ty looked phenomenal against Roberto. I mean, when they went in our, I think it was our 170 no 180 and below, and Roberto was big. He was like looking way bigger than Ty.
That kid is a lot bigger than he like. Yeah. When you see him compared to like you go, well, how much does he weigh?
Yeah.
I don't like was watching that and that kid's blowing up, man.
Mm-hmm. He's getting himself out there more and more. Like you said, like he's been to the event and stuff before. So is that something where it's like you don't even have a chance to mention the card where he already hits you up? He's like, I'm in, whatever, I'm in.
Well, I mean, it's usually like Andre Laval. He'll send me a message and say, hey, I got some guys, or like I've built a good network of people that I reach out to, the heads of the big teams, and I'm saying, hey, who you got, who you want to put out, because it's just kind of a respect thing. I go to some of the athletes directly, but I mean the teams that I have good relationships with, like Fight Sports, or with Atos, or with AOJ, or with, I mean I'm pretty much good with everybody. I mean I try to be at least business wise, so. I mean, it's just a matter of finding matches that work, and it's a lot of them do come to us, with their guys. Hey, my guys want to fight. Who do you got? And it sucks because, you know, I would like one of the ideas I have to do is I want to do like a best brown belt tournament. Like the best herd, like the best brown belt tournament. Like just get like the best,
Your best third.
like the best, like absolute, like just bring in the best brown belts and just have them fight. I just don't know what the prize would be. You know, like that's something I'm trying to
A
settle.
black belt. Duh.
A black belt.
Man, you'll have bodies on there for sure.
I'd be like, congratulations, this is a black belt and nothing. But
No, you get somebody. You get a surrogate. You get a surrogate black belt. I'm about to be a second degree. You could pay me to give somebody that.
Well, no, I mean, because you're part of IBJJF, so it's kind of like, there you go. Like once you pass that part, so you're good to go. But I mean, that would actually kind of be like a doctorate. Like people just handing out doctorates. Here's your what's the word that they use? It's for when they just give you a doctorate.
It's like a ceremony. I don't know what it is. It's like I know what you're talking about.
Honorary doctorate.
Yeah. But you got like Taza and Rotolo right there. So the right side is really strong. You got Tama and Canuto right off the rip, and then you got Rotolo and Taza. And then, you know, on the left side, you know, Hugo Marquez is not really well known to a lot of people, but he's under Mozinho. You know, he won Nogi Worlds, I think, 2018. Really tough guy, young guy, 22, 23. And Roberto's coming in. You know, Roberto has fought for us at heavyweight all the way down to he's cutting down to 170 right now.
Really? Yeah, because it's 170 and under.
Yeah, so I mean, he's normally 190, 200, so he's cutting 20 pounds for this. He's already at like 174 or something. He's miserable, but he's gonna make it. So
dude, he's a beast.
Yeah. So and then you got Janatis Gracie and then Vitor Oliveira, who's you know, Dante Leon's coach. So that's gonna be a big scrap between Janatis and them. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the tournament turns out. We got a bunch of good super fights too on it, but it's a lot of local guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, Pedro is the big one, right? Pedro
and Adam Bradley. That's going to be the main event because Adam put on like potentially our fight of the year, our fight of forever against Pedro's teammate and close friend Bruno Matias. So this is kind of like a revenge match. Like you beat my friend, like let's see what's really going on. And I think Pedro has a win over Adam at Nogi Worlds. So this will be interesting to see how it plays out because Adam looked really good in his first competition with us.
And Pedro's got a wicked guillotine. So it'll be cool to see, man.
Yeah, if you train over there with Pedro, like you're usually like your neck and your throat is sore for like the week. Like you're like, am I sick? Do I got like strep or like? No, you just trained with Pedro.
It's like you're trying to push your Adam's apple back into place. Is what it is. It sucks.
Pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
So is this it? Like, are you planning on making any last minute additions, or is this it?
I think I might add one more. Taza hit me up about his friend. I guess he's traveling with him. He's a 170 blue belt. I mean, that's probably going to be the only addition. I mean, there is Guillermo Augusto pulled out for an injury. So right now I'm trying to work a deal with Arnaldo Maidana and Felipe Andrew to fill that void, to bring Felipe back and you know, make that match because they were in the Kumite last time, but they never faced. So it's a match that I thought would be pretty even. You know, Arnaldo's one of Buchecha's main training partners, so he's kind of on the come up. A lot of people don't know him yet, but I think he'll start making some noise here pretty soon.
Now that's pretty solid, man. And it's funny because, you know, you and I have been talking for a while now, and just to see the backing that you're getting at probably like one of the toughest times, like economically for everybody. And I would say, pretty sure you were the first one to get the events back up and running, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, like Fight to Win was doing the spectatorless thing, and like, you know, Submission Underground. I mean, I don't really even consider them.
Yeah.
But you know, they. I mean, no offense, but I just can't do the 5-minute rounds and straight to EBI overtime. It just seems. Yeah. I don't know. It's a tough event to watch. It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, and you made a I guess it was like a last minute add on to the rules for the last one, right? I feel like
body triangle's 4 points.
Yeah. So why'd you decide to make that change?
Honestly, it was kind of common sense. You know, a lot of these only guys that we do bring in, they're used to going to the body triangle and not the traditional hooks. You know, that's more IBJJF. Yeah. So like we were saying, like, I mean, the body triangle is a better control point than the hook. So I mean, if the hooks are 4 points, then it just kind of made sense to make the body triangle.
And it makes sense. Honestly, it never made sense to me because a body triangle is a harder thing to get than the hooks.
See, for me, it's different at my height. And my height, like to get a body triangle, super duper easy. It's harder for me to keep control with the hooks.
Keep control, but what do you
Get it? No, even then, because from my aspect,
there's no way it's easier to get a body triangle on anybody
for me
than it is to get just hooks in.
100%.
For these bony legs, skinny guys like Alexis, it's a lot easier for them. Like for guys like me and you, it's like if we try to body triangle somebody, we'll probably blow our ACL out.
I make people poop their pants. If I'm able to lock a body triangle, they're pooping their pants. That's just a given.
That's the same here. Like I can get them on people, but it's usually the smaller training partners.
Yeah.
And I just kind of but I mean at our size, I'm pushing like 230 right now. I mean if I'm putting body triangles on guys, it's a little difficult.
That's a painful place to be.
I wish I was pushing 230.
What are you at now?
280.
Come on, absolute right here.
Absolute sex
Masters 6, absolute. Let's go.
I'm ready for Masters 2, to be honest with you. Masters 2 is right around the corner. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to making that jump.
So I aged into Master 4 last year. It's pretty nice. I gotta admit, it's not
until you saw Gabriel Gonzaga on the list.
That was Master 3. I had to go down to fight Gabriel Gonzaga.
Yeah,
you fought Gabriel Gonzaga at an IBJJF?
Yeah, and I tore my hamstring 20 seconds in.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude, it was rough.
I couldn't even hold him in half guard, which is my bread and butter. I was like, he went for this trip, and I've got the worst hamstrings on the planet. They're always tight.
Yeah.
And he went for this trip, and I felt it, and I went, and then you could see me one-legged until he goes for this throw, and then I was just, that was it, man.
It was pretty bad. It's funny because when they released the brackets and I saw the names, I was like, Gabriel Gonzaga.
Well, he won the Worlds at the.
No, I know, but I saw the name.
Worlds at Master 3 last
which
year.
When I looked at the bracket like before, and I was like, it didn't really click until the next morning when I show up. I was like, oh, Gabriel Gonzaga. Okay, yeah.
Like he's the one. He had kicked Krokop, right? He's the one that put Krokop down. Yeah, that's his claim to fame. Yeah.
Well, what sucks is when I grabbed a hold of him, I was like, oh shit, I'm stronger than him.
Yeah.
And then I got that stretched hamstring, and I was like,
that wasn't stretched. That thing blew
I went from
up.
here, and I went, oh.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? It's a jiu-jitsu match.
It is what it is. So, are you planning on trying to get any big names like that for your matches, or are you trying to keep it kind of?
Man, I've kind of like right now with just the way our model is and how things are set up. I like the tournament style. Like, I think there's something there. There's something to a tournament. I'm bored with super fights. Yeah. I'm bored with Jabroni 1 versus Jabroni 2. Like, I want to be entertained, and what's entertaining to me? Watching a guy win 3 or 4 times in one night and take a big chunk of money home and have that dramatic story that you can tell throughout the night, And then I like to plug in some good super fights, local regional guys, or if the right big name comes along and it makes sense. But I think the future is that I really want to roll out our $20,000 double elimination tournament. I want to bring in probably do 180 and below for that one, for the first one in October. But I want to do a double elimination with 8 of the best. I mean, instead of doing a 16-man bracket where the talent gets condensed, you get guys in there that nobody knows, maybe not prepared. Why don't you do 8 of the best guys in the world, do double elimination, and they have a chance to fight their way through the losers bracket, up to beat the winner of the winners bracket twice to take it. It's just, I think that's the future. I don't think 16-man brackets are really. I mean, I see you guys are getting ready to do one with the deal y'all are doing, and I've got much respect for that. But for like the guys that we want to bring out, like for me to pay travel for 16 people and to pay, it just doesn't work.
It makes way more sense just 8 because.
I mean, you're talking about 8 double elimination. You're doubling your fights easily.
Yeah, you're getting 15 fights or 16 fights out of it. So
Right. So I mean, I dig it. I mean, I've always been a fan of like the K1 Grand Prix and like the Muay Thai fights where it's like, dude, like 4 fights in one night, like.
And it's jiu-jitsu, dude. Yeah. If you can't get through more than one match.
No, that adds the excitement.
Your whole life, and you're over here fucking crying about doing 3 or 4 matches. Like if you're going to win a gold medal, how many matches do you normally have to do unless you're like Masters 3 rooster weight black belt or something,
Right.
Yeah.
One match. But
man, you put in that kind of cash, you're going to end up getting like Gordon coming after you again.
Well, Gordon's good peeps. I mean, we mended our fences there. You know, he's raised some money for charity. We did some good stuff together. You know, our beef was always just around. I mean, the guy lost $20,000 when we canceled the event. There was a lot of, you know, like conspiracies and a lot of people spreading assumptions. When Gordon gets mad, everybody around Gordon wants to get all, you know, like, oh, you know, how can I help you? How can I suckle on you? Please, King, let me see your nipples. You know, like, how can I help you with your anger? You know, it's like all these like people that are around him, and he might just be venting, but these people take it as like, oh, if I go do something for him, maybe, you know, he might grace me with a text message. It's just really weird, man. But you know, me and Gordon, we talk on a level. We had a phone conversation for about 30, 45 minutes, and we sorted it out like men, and then we did some good business together, and that's all she wrote.
This was over a COVID canceled event.
Yeah, our event that got canceled for COVID, we were accused of being broke and destitute, and we couldn't pay our fighters, and we were hiding.
Remember we talked about it last time? It was like,
I don't remember what we talked about, dude. Once I leave this room, I'm done.
And it's dude, like we're pushing close to $80,000 we've given away in fighter pay during a pandemic in less than 2 months. Like in a string of 6 weeks, we gave out $50,000.
That's so nutty to me. That's what I'm saying. Like the business model that you're putting together and the sponsors and everything that you're getting involved. That's why I love the fact that you kind of put the money where your mouth is and said, if you think that grappling events are boring, like, I give you these tickets. Come here. I promise you it's not going to happen.
You know what? I hear nobody. Dude, everybody talks. You know what? It's the thing is that people are so used to one thing for so long. Like if the bar has been that low for so long that when something comes along that shakes it up, you know, people are. It's going to take a little bit. I think by the end of this year we'll have a lot of people's attention with our rule set and the way that we do things. Because as of I think last event, we're at like 83% submission rate, and that's across like 12 events.
Yeah,
like
and I dig the card system too.
Yeah, we've just developed these formats, doing like qualifiers events and doing our kids events and doing these different formats to kind of just figure out what works and how they run the best. And then my team has been the same, my production team, basically since day one. So we all work real well together. I mean, setup is like easy. I mean, it's gotten to now, it basically runs itself.
Yeah, I mean, I dig it. I was going to ask you for the card setup. You know, like the card system he has, kind of like a soccer style.
Yeah.
So you get a red card for stalling after getting 2 warnings. You will automatically give up 20% of your purse.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you win, that's like I win by submission after I get a red card, I still have to give up that 20%.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what about if I'm losing?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that sucks. You better not stall.
If it gets so bad that we have to do that, we've never done it. We've straight disqualified people before we've taken money. Like we had a match at 3CG2 where it was 2 females Invicta fighters. Yeah. And Juliana Lima, she's a former UFC fighter. You know, she was just pushing real aggressive forward the whole time, and then the girl she was fighting would keep fleeing the mats. And so the referees kept warning her like engage. Every time she pressed forward, she'd flee the mats, and they'd have to restart. So eventually, they just DQ'd her. DQ'd the match. I'm like, fuck this. Like this is like
for sure. It's stupid. Like, well, why did you even show up?
Nah, I mean, I think the girl was just kind of coming off the couch a little bit, not training like she should have. And you know, the lights in those big stages, and there's 1,500 people there, man. It's a whole different. I mean, I would be scared to compete on my own stage. You know, like I get up
I love that.
to put on belts and medals, and I'm like, fuck, I want to hurry up and get off this thing.
It's like start getting some like wolf like whistles coming up, like as soon as he comes up with the medal.
Well, usually like men start throwing their underwear at me. They have like their Instagram bio written on it, so that I can go check it out later.
Just a little slingshot at you right in the face. A little Hershey stains to liven up the evening.
All right, we call them bacon stripes in Texas. All right, let's get right.
Oh Jesus!
Little Hershey Highway, do you right? Oh man. So listen, I know you got to get going. So the event on Flow Grappling. Like Shawn said, we're looking to do the
fight companion,
like a fight companion to it. Obviously, we don't want to take it. We're not going to be showing the fight.
We'll promote it 100%, dude. Like if y'all want to do it, we'll jump in with you guys, and we'll push it out, and you guys can be the official fight companion for that night if y'all really want to do it.
Yeah, no, I'll totally 100% do it. Like I said, my birthday is on the 10th, so I can make it a party for me.
Hey, let's do it, dude. Doobies and alcohol. Let's go.
I was gonna say, man, if I can get that Saloon Door Brewing to send me a 6-pack, I'll have that.
You know
during
what?
the
I
fight.
might be able to make that happen, dude. They just got through canning a bunch of new beer. I mean, they're in all the big stores down here. So, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah,
or
man, I'll hit them up.
Come down for a card and fight, and then we can all just go enjoy something together.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm looking to get into the IBJJF, like the Austin card. So, if anything, if you have anything around that time, man, I'll hang out the extra week. I'll be good
I
to
think
go.
September 12th is going to be the next one after this.
So yeah, was it the 9th?
I think the IBJJF is the
19th.
weekend before.
19th.
It's the weekend after, yeah.
So yeah, man, that'd be cool. You down for it?
I'd be down for it.
I fucking love Texas.
I haven't flown in over a year, so I'll give it a shot.
I'll drive it.
Yeah, I mean, come out to Texas, man. Come down to Houston. It'll be fun. You know, we'll do the event, and we can all go down and do the Austin Open, and have fun with it. I'm going to do it myself, so I'm starting.
Yeah, I saw that. What's your division again?
Super heavy, because like my ass will come off the couch because my professor will force me and be like, "Go compete." And I remember, I think it was 2 times ago, we were getting ready to move, and my wife packed my gi for me. And so I'm getting ready, and I see this big monster, and I'm like, Jesus, what did I like? I'm supposed to be fighting at medium heavy, like at 200, 210, and I'm just always like ultra heavy because I'm like, fuck a diet, like I don't want to. So I'm getting ready to go. My wife's like, all right, here's your gear, and I put it on, and it smells like rancid cat piss. Like my cat pissed all over my gi.
Oh.
So I'm like, I don't want to go ask anybody to borrow their gear. Like, you got one right there. I don't want to be like, and have to explain about the cat piss. So I'm like, fuck it. I put it on. And I tied my belt and I went out there, and this dude was like, he whooped me so bad that match that I invited. He's actually fought for us twice since then.
Was that your apology? Was, dude, let me get you on the card.
I'm so sorry.
I think he smelled worse than my cat piss gi, to be honest with you. But no, I hope he's not listening to this. But no, with after that, they're like, I'm a pretty decent, jiu-jitsu guy. Like I hold pretty well, but when I get my ass beat, I'm like, yo, like, come fight for us.
Yeah. So wait, so you're purple master 2?
I'm master 1 right now, but I swap between adult and master 1. It depends on the bracket. Like if there's less fights in adult, I would take that one. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Like I'm not trying to go through like 4 or 5 people. Like let me get my participation bronze and go home.
I was gonna say, am I allowed to sign up for master 1 if I'm master 2?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
You can go down. You can't go up.
Let's go. I'm master 1 too. I'll go with you. I'm purple. I'll go.
Yeah, master 1 purple. Yeah. Except for I don't think I could make your weight unless I developed a severe
He's 220.
I'm 220, bro. I used to do super heavy. I just went up to ultra because I didn't feel like it. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. You look skinny as hell.
He's 6'4".
Wait, other arm.
And he's got a big fat ass.
It's all in the hips.
That makes sense.
It's all in the hips.
All my weight is in my ass too, and my belly.
He's got childbearing hips. Like it's hard for me sometimes to look at him and go,
that's where all my pressure is.
But no, man, that'd be cool. We can go do super heavy together, master 1.
Let's go. We'll go close out the bracket. Let's do it.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Closing out the brackets.
No, I want to fight. Let's fucking go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Closing out
the
brackets.
I'll just stand like this.
Let's say that.
I would totally like just fuck with you, and I'll just get like the 3CG like hennaed onto my chest, and right before we match, just go and
I would just shave the Jiu-Jitsu Radio logo into my chest hair.
Deal, son.
Like on you right there.
Deal. We'll make it happen.
And then at the end, regardless of the win or loss, we both have to do the Brazilian celebration, like we just won Worlds. Like we got to
go hard and
pounding our chest, yelling, "I love Jesus!" Like we got to do all that shit.
Do bear chest bumps. Swap logos.
Exactly. That's co-branding right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. All right, brother. I'll let you go. Stay safe out there. I know Texas is getting a little crazy right now. You guys just ducked the hurricane. We got one this weekend.
No, we're ducking it too. That one might be coming your way.
Yeah,
that shit's like sling. Are they saying it's going to come to the Gulf? I thought it was going to come slinging to y'all.
And no, it was, and then it shifted south. So now it looks like it's going into the Gulf.
Listen,
if it goes in the Gulf and strengthen up, that's not going to be good.
Yeah, and that two to back-to-back is not fun. We've done 3 or 4 back-to-back.
Yeah, that was a fun year. The 4 back-to-back, that was fun.
Hurricane Harvey, dude, was the craziest shit I ever lived through.
Was that the one that flooded that flooded
Bro.
Houston. The one that, like, I saw the pictures of the underpass where it was like the water was like 10 feet.
Like, it was the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Like, it was like I went through Hurricane Ike too, and that was crazy. I mean, a lot of really bad hurricanes. I mean, you guys live down there in Florida. You basically get hit every year, so it's kind of like a
joke to us now.
Yeah, it's kind of like whatever, like COVID-19, whatever.
We got it. It's like record. New York's got record, son. We're
bro,
MVPs here. We shut down the MLB.
Yeah, with the COVID stuff, man, I just think the more people that just do what they're supposed to, I mean, look, I don't need to make a political statement about a mask.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to have a fucking problem or bitch about something or try to fucking cause a huff. Like, how simple is it just to shut the fuck up and wear a mask and wash your hands and just go about your life, and then they'll leave you alone.
Dude,
like,
it's America.
My favorite thing about wearing a mask is two things. Is number one, I've always wanted to walk around like a ninja. So like you get to be Storm Shadow, you get to be Snake Eyes, like you get to be these guys from G.I. Joe or Scorpion or Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
The
I
second
totally
thing
think about that, yeah.
The second thing that I like is people don't talk to you.
That's the best thing. That is the best part.
Yeah.
But you also got to think about the guys with just like good, pretty eyes. Now they can experience. Maybe they have a shot at some of the ladies. You know,
Right.
like they got the busted part of their grill covered up with a mask, and you know, maybe they can make a love connection.
Not for Shawn. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I learned all the words to Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
So I can
slowly.
Can it be Christine?
Somehow I'm the people say that I'm always like intimidating. I'm like, the mask ain't doing it because people still want to talk to me.
No,
so.
you got hair like a girl.
I sense some
Yeah,
jealousy.
that's probably why. They probably think you're a chick.
You're
Even better. Actually, that was the case for like the longest time. If you look at my old driver's license, I'm the ugliest girl you've ever seen.
And his name is Alexis, which is a feminine name.
Wait a minute. You guys have, am I missing something here?
I've seen his movies.
I'm trying to get into the UFC, son. I'm trying to pull a Fallon Fox.
Fallon Fox
and go crush somebody's skull with your testosterone-ridden body.
Trying to get into the Olympics here. Trying to get me an easy medal.
Trying to get on Icarus. Give me some of that synthetic stuff. Synthetic bomba. Can't test for shit.
All the acai.
Right now, right? Like people, like athletes are taking EPO now, and jiu-jitsu athletes are. I mean, it's crazy,
It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy what these guys are like. How many times has somebody walked in to compete for you and you've been like, whoa?
A lot.
Can you please just do me a favor and just like fuck with someone and be like, hey, by the way, did you get the paperwork about the drug test? And just to see what the reaction is going to be like. Just be like,
bro, like the thing with this stuff is like, everybody's juicing. It was like in baseball. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, just let them do it.
Yes.
Push the fences back a little bit and let the fucking home runs fly and the 120-mile-an-hour fastballs hurl. Like,
yes.
Like, why are we? Like, let people do what the fuck they want to do with their body.
Listen, you won't hear shit from me. I'm all for it.
Like when I'm getting pushing 40 and I'm having a hard time getting one up in the morning, you know what? I might shoot some TRT.
Look, here's my theory: is steroids are the ultimate level playing field leveler.
No, that's not true.
Yes.
No, for sure.
Yes,
if your genetics are automatically better from the get, and you juice,
yeah,
son, it's over.
Then the other guy can do more juice, and it eventually evens out.
Exactly. It's the guy with the most juice. It doesn't matter. Whoever has the newest.
I don't think this works the way you guys think it works.
No, I'm totally joking, man. Like if you're a gifted athlete, like say you're a Michael Jordan, and now you're shooting up testosterone and all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, of course, you're going to turn into a monster from Space Jam. But
Listen,
I mean,
there's a reason why they don't drug test in the NBA. All right,
because they smoke weed.
Because are you kidding me? They're making them do like what 100+ games, 120 games a season. You think they're going to do that on a regular diet? You must be joking. It ain't
That's what I'm saying. Like the blood doping, the EPO, like with jiu-jitsu, like these guys are out here with like unlimited gas tanks and they're weighing like 220 pounds. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. It's crazy, but whatever. Like I said, with jiu-jitsu, let them all juice. Make it like ADCC does. They know everybody juices. They know everybody does it. Like let them get big and ripped and nasty, and then just let the animals tear into each other. And fuck
get that acai in your blood.
Yes,
you're good to go.
Jesus and juice. That's all you need.
That's always good. All right, homie. I'll let you go. Everybody, make sure you follow Third Coast Grappling on Instagram. Check out the website. If you can get out to Texas, if you're in Texas and you want to get the VIP ticket, hit up Third Coast Grappling. Anything else for the people before we let you go?
No, man, just tune in. August 8th, we've got a great 8-man bracket and then some great super fights. So it's going to be another great event. We made some production changes, a few facelift things that I think you guys will appreciate. So, just tune in and we'll see y'all next week.
Awesome. Love it, brother. Stay safe, and we'll catch you after the next card.
Sounds good, brother. I'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks,
Take
Ryan.
care. That's cool. So what'd you think about the card?
Thought it was. I'm gonna take these off.
Yeah, take them. Yeah, we don't need these. Oh man, those are pretty solid.
Oh, these are smacking my ears. It's like.
Yeah, these are more for my head. Let me see. Like they're also like peeling.
Yeah. I see it every time you take them off. You got black on your ears.
I know. So yeah, no. Yeah, make sure you guys check out that Third Coast Grappling card. It's gonna be on Flow Grappling. I'm curious to see what that extra edition is going to be that they're going to make. So it'll be cool to see. There's actually a bunch of stuff. What time is it? We got a little bit of time before we got to split.
9:00.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff that's been going on in jiu-jitsu.
Really, I haven't paid one lick of attention.
Man,
are you surprised though?
No, but you know what? Like the past few weeks before, like I wasn't paying too much attention.
But that's what makes this show, because I get to find out the news from you.
You're welcome.
And we can we can react it.
I'm your Brokaw.
You're my Walter Cronkite.
Yeah, it's like good evening, good night. What did he say? Good morning, good evening, good night.
I don't remember what
I don't know. This is 60 minutes. So, in other news, if you haven't heard it yet, Gordon Ryan and Craig Jones caught the vid. They both got the Rona. They got the Rona, so they're out of the WNO card. But to be honest, I think it got a little bit more exciting because let's be honest. They were pretty much going to get the win. Now it's going to be a little bit more challenging, but I still think the guys that replace them are probably still going to get the win. So Gary Tonin is now the headliner with Dante Leon.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that card.
Which, like, to me, like, man, I'm a big fan of Gary, so that's going to be an insane card. And I don't think there's going to be any kind of stalling, any kind of
Dante Leon is a little savage.
And Gary, it's like, man, I still go back and watch the ADCC match where he was just
with
going
Crone?
Off. No, the one from last year.
Oh yeah,
I forget who he's competing against now. But he was doing like Superman escapes out of guillotines and stuff like that. He was twisting his neck all up, all kinds of crazy shit. Wagner is replacing Gordon, and he's competing against Ronaldo. But they're changing the rules. No, not Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. Ronaldo is old, man. That guy looks like shit. This Ronaldo is good to go. But they switched the rules up. Now they're fight to win rules, 15-minute time limit, and 190 pounds is the weight limit now. Obviously, they got to kind of help out Wagner because it's the last minute. Cyborg is actually replacing Craig, and Cyborg is going up against Hulk. Cyborg already beat Hulk twice.
Yeah, I saw that. The last one was that beautiful belly to back.
Right, and that was at the BJJ Grand Prix, the IBJJF Grand Prix. Because then the other time before that was Kasai. It was Kasai Pro 7. So this is going to be pretty fucking solid.
Are you sure? He didn't fight Hulk at Substars?
Down here?
Yeah.
No. He fought against what's his face? Oh my gosh, I suck at names so bad. What's his face? That has the brain issue.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So
I almost said Antonio Sabato Jr.
Yeah, right. No,
it's Lovato.
Yeah,
Rafael Lovato Jr.
Actually, no. It's funny. Like Antonio, I was trying to get on the podcast. I got to reach out to him again. I know he had like surgery on his knee or something like that. So it'd be cool to get him on here. So that's going to be pretty cool. That's on, what day is that? Is that the same night? Yeah, I think it's the same. Oh, look who fucked up this time.
I didn't fuck up. It was all of a sudden my phone just started playing.
Did I say like a Siri command or something?
No, I don't know. It's my book that I'm listening to.
What book?
Lycan Fallout 3.
What?
Lycan Fallout 3.
As in Like space
IN. Lykan.
Okay, Lycan.
Or LYCAN. Lycan,
Fallout.
like werewolves.
Gotcha.
Because this is another series to my other series that I listen to, which is called Zombie Fallout.
I have a feeling that all you did was just change the name on iTunes, and you're really listening to Twilight on there.
No, that's not Twilight.
See, I know you're BSing me once you start stuttering.
No, I can show you.
There's literally glitter on your body right now. That's how deep you are into it.
No, I can show you.
Did you ever watch those movies?
Yes, I did. See, these are the books on my list that I've been listening to.
All right, The Danaher Diaries, Fortitude, Twilight 2. Like, what else?
No, Lycan Fallout. The Wettest County in the world was awesome. The Perfect Betrayal is a zombie Fallout. All these are zombie Fallout books.
Kind of over the zombie thing.
These zombie Fallout books.
You played Days Gone. Remember we talked about it?
Yeah, and I didn't like it.
Yeah. All right, so that's some news. Here's the crazy stuff. So I also found out Fabricio Verdum is going to be competing against Buchecha.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, buddy. How crazy is that? And that's going to be a BJJ bet in September. I didn't find a date on it, but BJJ bet is going to have Fabricio Verdum versus Buchecha, which
That's a great
match. And a big dude.
Verdum won everything.
Dude, Verdum
against
freaking Gustafsson the other day was so upsetting. It's like, why? Like, listen, man, I used to be a huge fan of Gustafsson. Like, from
well,
the
he was doing fine.
He was like, listen, I'm a big fan.
And it was his first time at heavyweight.
It was the first time at heavyweight, but he retired like twice already. Like, I hate to say it, but I've said it before. That John Jones fight killed like the fighting.
The first one where he lost, but everybody. I thought he won that first fight.
Yeah, he should have won, but he wasn't going to get that win no matter what. It would have come like hell would have frozen over before he would have gotten that win with the UFC. Like, that's just the way that it is. But man, to be at this level and to make that kind of mistake against Verdum, I don't care if it's your first time at heavyweight. He knows better than that. And I'm not taking away from Verdum because Verdum is legit.
Here's the thing is I understand his thinking of why he did that. He didn't want to be underneath him in his guard, which makes sense. You don't want to be under a black belt.
No, you don't want to be anywhere near the ground against Fabricio Verdum.
Right.
Plain and simple. You just don't want to be anywhere near that.
So, I understand the science or the strategy of why he did what he did. He didn't explode fast enough.
There's no way
to get away.
There's no exploding under Verdum.
Yeah, there is. He only had the leg. If he could have gotten his other leg posted, he could have, but he couldn't get his other leg posted.
Man, Verdum is kind of crazy, right? Like, he's been lasting for so long.
Dude, and he's beat everybody.
But like, it's almost like you can't pinpoint as like, is he still on the top? Is he on the way down? Like, it looks like he still hasn't even hit his peak. That I don't understand like what's holding him back.
Here's the thing: is he's a jiu-jitsu fighter, and it's something that we think we say it. Jiu-jitsu's the best base for MMA.
Or wrestling.
I think jiu-jitsu is better because of the submission threats.
I see what you're going. I don't disagree with you. I think in certain aspects it's really wrestling is going to be better for you than jiu-jitsu. But yeah, like, I mean, once you get to the ground,
right. But if you're a jiu-jitsu player, you can throw feet with reckless abandon.
Yeah.
You can throw headshots, anything, because you want to go to the ground. Okay, you want to take me to the ground?
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's why nobody wants to fight Ryan Hall.
Well, he's got to fight now.
He's got to fight now, but think about how many fights he's had since he won that show. It's because nobody wants to fight him.
It's too dangerous. Yeah, it's too dangerous for them.
And he's got a style that will jack your day up. He can, because his kicking game is gotten so much better.
He was supposed to fight Herbert.
Fighting Herbert and Ryan Hall
that'd be a dope match.
That would be such a good match.
So, back to Buchecha. I also found out that Buchecha is hanging up the gi, and he's finally going to go focus on MMA. And he signed with Ali Abdelaziz.
Everybody signed with that dude, man. That dude,
because that dude gets people
that
paid.
dude gets people paid and gets them.
He gets the deals. Yeah, he gets the deals done, man. Listen, like, as much as people hate Ali, he gets his fighters paid, man. He gets his fighters paid, and he fights for his guys, and he makes all the deals. He pulls all the strings. So to see Buchecha with Ali, so he can focus on MMA, I've never really seen his striking. I mean, I've seen little clips here and there on Instagram, but I've never really seen him strike. I would imagine he would probably be somewhere along the lines of like Damian Maia when he first started on striking, but I could be completely off.
Yeah,
you know? I'd be really curious to see how he does. I mean, I couldn't even think he would automatically go into the UFC. It would be like Kron. He'd just automatically go straight into the UFC.
Well, Adolfo Vieira. I don't think he had many fights before he was in the UFC.
I don't think so. I mean, who would his first fight be?
Buchecha?
Yeah.
Whoever's ready to sign the contract with him. He's gonna have to fight at a heavyweight. He's too big to go to 205, so he's gonna stay at heavyweight.
I think he could do 205. I think he could do it.
No.
Man,
no, that
would be a good match. Well, I mean, him against Fabricio is already set up. That would probably then put him against. They'll probably put him against what's his face, Olenek.
Olenek.
Yeah, that would be a good match, because you know it's not going to end up on the ground as quickly, and it'll stay striking. And then like, Alex has good striking, but I think that Buchecha could kind of hang with it. That would be a good match.
Either way, I don't
chalk it up. That's my prediction. That's a lock.
That's a lock. Yeah,
the lock of the week. Yeah, and then Irwin just got announced
to fight.
Yeah,
awesome.
But he's fighting on the 8th, so it's another short notice. This time he just gets a week instead of a day. So more power to him. I don't even remember. I didn't get to read it that far. I just saw it, and I just wanted to throw up to give him a shout out. But the big news, besides obviously shout out to Third Coast Grappling and their event coming up, is we have an event of our own that we're going to be working on, that we're actually sponsoring. I'm sponsoring them with Sonder Marketing, and we're actually supporting them. Herbert is putting together King of Combat. That's going to be over at Combat Club, and it's going to be an 8-man tournament with some super fights. So listen, I got a peek at some of the names as far as the super fights. It's definitely going to be worth it for people to watch. So just keep an eye on that. Hit the subscribe button for the YouTube channel for us.
And follow
King of Combat on Instagram. I think there's still a couple of spots. Maldonado, our buddy Maldonado, who does the matchmaking for XFN, he's doing the matchmaking for this. But yeah, I saw a sneak peek at some of the names that are already locked down. It's going to be a good day of fights. It's going to be a good day of jiu-jitsu and combat jiu-jitsu. So that's going to be pretty solid. I would definitely suggest you follow them, subscribe to us, because we're going to be streaming it. We have a meeting tomorrow. We're trying to do a couple of other things that are going to be pretty big, especially for a first time for a tournament. And with Herbert involved, I know he's not going to do anything like just half-assed as far as like the matches are concerned, but it's going to be something solid for the people.
Here's the thing. Maldonado puts together a lot of great fights.
Oh, he's a great matchmaker.
He's a great matchmaker.
Sure.
He really is.
I mean, but that's because he's someone that is so knowledgeable on the fighters, whether they're local or international. He definitely does his work. So I'm really glad from like when he first got the XFN gig to doing this. He's a solid matchmaker. I think he's probably better at MMA than jiu-jitsu, just because he knows so much more on MMA, but he's got a pretty solid base of jiu-jitsu knowledge. So that's why I'm really curious to see the rest that he's picking, but I mean, the dude is a dictionary as far as when it comes to fighter knowledge and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It's funny because like all the heat and I forget what the fight was it was like Kamaru's fight, like Kamaru's last fight. People were talking so much shit, and the only person that agreed with me is him. I was like, that's when I know I'm right. Because we're being analytical. We're not being like partisan on the judgment of how a fight is laid out and why people do the things that they do in a fight. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, man, that's the nitty gritty of everything that I got in news. And actually, there was a bunch of more that actually happened that it was going to be too much to throw all in one episode.
Yeah, we can save it for the next one.
Yeah, well, it'll be irrelevant by then.
Well, you never know. Could be something cool.
So you're going to be here Saturday, August 8th?
For
our fight night.
Fight night. Yeah.
When's the next XFN thing?
September, I can't remember.
So you can't go to Austin.
Depending on the date, maybe.
Yeah. Man, that would suck. That'd be good if we can make it a road trip. Would you fly or would you drive?
Fly.
I'd drive. I miss a good road trip. It's been a while since I had a good road trip.
It just takes too long. Texas is...
It would be a 4-day drive, I think.
Yeah, it's just not... It's just...
Because you got to go all the way up, all the way around, all the way back down.
Yeah, it's... When you go that way, it's 6.5 hours just to get out of Florida.
What if they built a bridge from Florida to Texas?
It would still be a long drive.
That would be a fun road trip. It'd be sketchy as hell.
I don't know. If you've ever been on a 7-mile bridge, it's...
Try a 1,000-mile bridge. Why do I feel like they really did think about doing that?
I don't know. I don't think they...
I'm pretty sure that they thought about it.
They thought about doing a bridge between Alaska and Russia.
I think they built it already.
No, they did not.
For sure.
Positive.
I'm telling you, they're building it.
They may be building it, but it hasn't been built.
There's another bridge that's way bigger than that. I'm trying to remember what it is.
And that's a rough area to build a friggin'...
For sure.
The Baltic Sea.
Man, screw that. That's why, like, I was watching this months ago. I was watching a whole explanation on why they don't fly over the Pacific to go around, like, unless they're going to, like, straight to Hawaii or something. They still go all the way up over Alaska, over to Russia, and back down.
To where?
To go to, like Japan or to Australia and stuff like that. Yeah.
Why?
Because there's nowhere to stop. So if there was an emergency, like, you'd be fucked. Can you imagine being over the Pacific? Like, the Atlantic is pretty sketchy. You've done it. I've done it plenty of times. Like, I love taking night flights, but man, if you look out over the Pacific or over the Atlantic rather, that'll make you poop them pretty quick.
I figure it doesn't matter either way. If a plane goes down,
would you freak out and just say screw it, I'm jumping out, or would you take the hit and crash?
you can't jump out.
Says who? I'll open that door so quick.
No, you cannot. You're still.
What do you mean you cannot?
If you jump out, you're still moving at the same speed as the plane.
But I'm saying, if you know you're gonna crash and you're gonna eat it, would you rather wait to take the hit, or would you be like, I got this?
You have a better chance of surviving if you just sit in your seat.
I don't believe that. No way. No way.
Yes.
No way. How many people? There's stories of guys jumping, parachute not opening, surviving.
Your logic right now is like the same kind of logic of, well, if the elevator dropped and I jumped at the last second.
No, that's yours.
That is not mine.
You were just saying a crash with the plane.
Yeah, because you're going the same speed as the plane. If you jumped out of a plane while the plane's going 300 miles an hour, you're going to hit that water at 300 miles an hour.
Just spirit. Just turn straight spirit.
No, you will
your chin.
break every bone in your body. It is, unless you can drop something in front of you first.
To soften it.
To break, it's got to break the water.
Probably the poop, because the poop's coming out. If you're doing it.
Like if you could throw like a computer, or you need something heavy like the crash cart, like the like the drink cart.
You got to come in at an angle and then just skip the top like a rock. You'd go a couple of miles, but you skip it. No, you're dead. For sure.
You're dead. And it would probably split you open and shoot so much seawater up your bunghole.
You'll never need a colonoscopy ever again.
It would just be...
Listen, even if you do survive that crash, you would plunge into the water so deep that you just wouldn't be able to make it back up to the surface to begin with. So it doesn't matter.
No, you don't go that far.
If you're dropping from 3,000 feet?
No, you don't go that far. And the reason you know this is because bullets are traveling faster than that, and they don't go that far into water.
That's different.
No, it's not different.
Yes.
No, it's not.
How much does a bullet weigh, Shawn?
It's not about the weight; it's about the velocity.
Okay, even then, you're still gonna go down.
No,
You're gonna get knocked out on impact. You're gonna get
maybe
shot down.
depending on the pilot. You might get Sully, who
What if you tuck and roll?
Sully might bring that shit in and flatten you out on the Potomac.
That was clutch.
Yeah, that could
clutch.
happen.
I don't think that would happen. It didn't happen for that flight coming out of Thailand or whatever it was, Indonesia.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is if you're trying to recover, that's the problem. Maybe there was a steering problem there.
That one for sure got hit by a missile. Without a doubt in my mind, they got hit by a missile. Because they recovered a piece out of the entire thing. And then even then, it was like months after it happened. No, that thing got hit by a missile. For sure. Or the aliens in their super fancy spaceships that evidently they found. Spaceships that they found. How crazy would it be before the end of the year? They just announced it like, yeah.
They already did.
They announced it, but they'll show you. But
the dude just said the other day.
But they didn't show us anything.
They didn't show us anything. But the guy said the other day that UFOs are otherworld vehicles.
What I'm saying, do you think before the end of the year that they're going to show us the actual vehicle?
I don't know.
They'd have to, right? At this point, they would have to.
Otherworld vehicles.
They're not going to show it. Surprised there hasn't been a leak, honestly.
Off-world vehicles not from Earth. UFO report. Pentagon has off-world vehicles not from Earth.
But what will it show?
That is admitting that there are aliens and we have been visited. That is what that is. That is what
100%.
They are admitting, and nobody's freaking out about it.
I don't think there's any reason to freak out over something that kind of people already knew if you're not going to be alive to sit there and see it, right?
I don't know, dude.
Does it matter at the end? Think about it. Would they tell us if they didn't think, there's a possibility everybody could die anyway? Why don't you go ahead and just tell them? Fuck it.
I don't. Yeah, well, that could be, but regardless.
Irregardless.
That is a word now.
It is now.
Which is weird. But regardless, aliens, the government has acknowledged and admitted that UFOs and aliens exist because they are off-world vehicles. If they were created off-world, that means they were not created by human beings.
What would you do if they finally show us these fucking vehicles and then all you see is just like the intergalactic version of the Oscar Mayer Wiener truck?
Or like, what if it's like the intergalactic version of like Smoking the Bandit Trans Am?
Just like a giant Southern flag on it.
Got a big Firebird on the front of it.
Can you imagine if it was, they have this ship and you see it and it's got all these crazy symbols and people are just looking at it going nuts about it, and then years later another alien ship comes by. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Why are you showing that ship? It's like, oh well, this is the ship we had. Do you realize the symbols that are on there? It could be just giant dongs and look at these dummies, they can't even read this. Or it could just be like the alien version of the Dixie flag or something like that. How hilarious would that be?
Well, what I want to know, here's why I think and why they're not telling us.
Or
why they're not showing us. I'm wondering if aliens are already walking and living amongst us.
100%. I believe
they live.
I 100% I believe that. For sure. There's lizard people on here.
Yeah, but what if those lizard people are actually just aliens?
I 100% believe that. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And the amount of weird, crazy people that I've met, for sure.
I don't know. But
what would you do if you found out?
Friggin' admitted that we have...
Yeah, but you still didn't answer my question. Do you think that we'd end up seeing the actual spaceship before the year's over?
Probably not.
You know what's fucked up? That after all this, it finally proves Tom DeLonge right. After the whole Rogan podcast thing, he got ripped apart and ridiculed for it. He literally just got proven right. How that's the stuff that bugs me now. It's fuck.
I don't remember what he said.
It was stupid. It was those conversations. I can't stand it when they do this, which is why I don't believe half of them. It's like, well, I can't talk about it. Well, I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. Then then whatever you think you know, you don't fucking know. Because the same as that guy that had the Netflix documentary. What was his name?
Bob Laser.
Like, why the hell wouldn't you just say the names? Just say the names of the guy that you worked with. Just say that. Give me that. Give me that. Let everybody else open up all the information. Show me exactly what was on there. Don't give me the run around like, oh, well, we worked on element 115 and blah, 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 blah. Like, show me. Somewhere in your books you have either a photo or a drawing or like the story of what happened, who's what, where. Show me. Because at this point, if he really had anything, they probably would have offed him, right?
Well, we watched him get raided.
Yeah, we watched him get raided, but people get raided on live PD. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but this guy just happened to get raided?
Man, it's just, that's what I'm saying. It makes no difference. You're saying, oh, he got raided for sure. He's got something. And they're just trying to hide it. Or
he said he stuck out
with stuff.
With
So
element
show
151.
Me. Show me. Wouldn't that be the best
Yeah,
place
but
to
if
do
he
it?
showed you, that would be evidence that he has it, and it would give the government every right to go in and sneak in and try, or not sneak in, but to
Take
raid
all
him
this stuff.
and keep trying to find it.
But then that's what I'm saying. Is like, wouldn't you just sit there and be like, bam, here it is. And if for whatever reason I die, that's going to get released to the public. Everyone's going to see it.
But it's already released. That's the whole thing.
But no, nobody's seen anything.
No, that element's already existing out there. I don't know.
He said it.
Yeah. Like they're now using it, I guess.
I don't know, man. Either way, I think I take it with a grain of salt until they show me the damn ship, or they show me those alien bodies, not in the Fox, like, autopsy videos.
What if those Fox autopsy
were
videos
legit?
were real?
How fucked up would that be?
What if that was real?
How nutty would that be that somehow somebody got away with getting that on video and posting it up there and no one like believed it because it came out at the same time as Independence Day or something?
Yeah. What if everything we've learned and were told and we discounted because it sounded so wacky?
What if the kid that was trying to do the whole raid on Area 51 is one of the aliens?
He wanted to go home.
And he was just trying to get like a big massive crowd so he could sneak in there and finally get to his ship and leave. Oh, how fucking nuts would that be?
That's a great movie. Somebody should write that movie.
Copyright. Sorry, my idea. Don't take it. I swear to God, if I see that in a movie in a couple of years, I'm so mad.
It's not your idea.
Technically,
we both
that's
came up with it at the same time.
Isn't that technically like, what's it, Mac and Me in E.T.?
It's the story of E.T., but it's different.
Same, but different. It's actually like the day the Earth stood still.
No, that's totally different. The day the Earth stood still, they wanted to destroy Earth.
Yeah, but that was still like his ship that he came in. He had to talk to them.
Yeah,
So
but this is different.
All right, that's enough conspiracy and bullshit from us. Listen, go ahead and make sure you subscribe to the podcast. We appreciate all the support. Thank you to everybody, even people that came in off of the our clip from the Keenan doc from Flow Grappling. We appreciate all the support. Glad that everybody's enjoying the podcast. Thank you so much again to Flow Grappling for letting us be a part of that. Thank you for all you guys. And don't forget to follow Shawn at Gorilla Boy BJJ. Follow me at Sonder Marketing. Don't forget to follow Third Coast Grappling and King of Combat.
Follow that guy right there.
This goofball right here. Look at that. Even though you got new stickers now.
No, these are the new stickers.
I thought you had it with the die cut.
No. Those aren't stickers. Those are magnets.
Oh, that's right. Nice.
They go. Boop.
It's good to have disposable income.
Yeah, that whole $29 put a hurting on me.
Yeah, right. Other than that, that's it. Thanks for all the support. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
You kidding me, Bob?
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up